So now what I want to do is I want to take on the Cranium. And so with the Cranium, um, I've been kind of looking at what I like for general shape on the Cranium. And I kind of like there's an edge flow that I saw, and I spotted it on a Bay Rayet model. He's the guy who modeled Gollum, and he had some website Spiraloid or something like that. And I noticed that he had this flow on his head, and I was always wondering how he got it, and I started thinking about it, and I went, well, probably what he did, it looked like an orange on its side. If I go in here and I use a sphere, boop, I go to the side, and let's pull this thing up here, and let's go and scale this up. Okay, so there's your kind of cranium, right? But the flow is just crap because I get this weird thing on top here and it turns into a cone head. And I don't want that. I'm just going to go in here and hold down J. Boop, and there. This has got the flow. This is going to match up really well with the ear on the side, and I can maybe figure out a way to make this match up with the forehead. Typically, I'm going to look over here. It's got 20 subdivisions on it. 20 is way too much in my opinion. Start off with, I like, well, not way too much, but too much. I like 16. I always find that whenever I have something that's got 16 subdivisions or 8, they fit together better. Occasionally 12 works as well. In my case here, I think that 16 is going to work out. If I kind of look and let's just take this thing and scale it down just a tiny bit. Okay, you can kind of see that these lines here will match up. That's going to kind of match up. I'm looking and that's going to fit together not too bad, and that's not too bad. So I suspect this is going to merge together well. I'm just going to go to the side view. Now to kind of get the shape on it, I'm going to go and use a lattice. I have a lattice button. Something else to watch out for in the lattice here. Let's go and change my divisions down, and I'm going to bring them up, say right around there, 4 by 4 by 4. That should be fine. Something on the lattice that I do is I turn off on the FFD1 here, I turn off local. You can turn that off on the creation parameters. And what that does is it makes it so that when I grab lattice points, if I go and I pull them, see how it kind of gives a nice doughy type of soft selection thing? And areas, this quadrant typically is not affected by the lattice points here. But by turning off local, you can do that. And I'm just going to quickly start moving some of these points around. I think this whole little row here, I'm just moving it down here so it'll fit in with the ear. And you see that'll probably line up not too bad. Okay, and I should probably move some of these down. And remember that the cranium comes in the back here, and the skull should stop someplace right around here. And actually kind of go right into this area here and pretty much go over to the nose here, I think. Right in here, and probably a more exact way to measure that, but that's what I know for now. And let's do something like that. You can hear the Olympic helicopters above my head. Okay, and anything else? Maybe I'll kind of bring this down. I'm trying to imagine what the scalp looks like without hair on it at this point. Just pull this back. Okay. Okay, and that looks pretty good for what I'm looking for. I'm just going to go to the front view, and we got a cone head situation going on. I know he's from France, but no, he deserves better than a cone head. Let's go and pull this out a bit. Great. I'm just going to take these ones here, and I'm going to pull those in. And somewhere right around there. Does it look like from the top view? We got egg. Okay? That's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like egg. There. More or less. Some people it's a bit different here and there, but mostly egg. And you can see it's a little bit funky here in the front, but that doesn't matter. I got my head. Just going to go in and kill the history, freeze the transformations, and let's go into the front view again, and I'm just going to delete half of the head. And let's go to the side view, and I'm going to get rid of some of these extra polys I don't need, so let's go here to faces. Let's get my happy lasso, and with my happy lasso, let's go zipping over this way. Boop. Gone. And this doesn't quite fit with the ear as much as I was hoping it would. Let's just go here to object mode. Doop. Come on. And I'm just going to go in here and grab the solid modification tool. Grab the solid modification tool, move it over here a bit, and I'm just going to move this up a bit. There we go. Make it fit. Okay, great. Done. Got a little skull cap on. And now I can start joining these things together. What time am I at? 5:15. So why not start joining it together? And here I'm going to point out something else too. I'm just going to go into the hypergraph. And as I'm going to join things together, you can see that one of these things, this one here, I had a proxy on it, and it's got an extra transform node on it. Right? I'm just going to take these objects. I'm going to go mesh, combine. And don't forget that right after you combine, whenever you use combine or any of these first four options off a mesh, you want to delete the history right afterwards. And that's going to save you a lot of problems later on, clean up your scene at the same time. Because right now, if I take this thing and I go delete the history, kaboom, all that crap is gone. Otherwise, it might hang around and follow me, kind of like a bunch of Jehovah... Oh, I shouldn't say that. So we got this, and now I can start joining these things together, see if I can find a way for these to fit together logically. I might put a proxy on. What is it? The hotkey is Control Shift tilde. There, perfect. And my settings were all screwed up from last time I played with it. So go in here and, God damn it, proxy. Open up the options box, and if I go in here and I take this and make that -X, boop. There. So we got this proxy on the other side, so we can see what the hell we're doing. Gotta look over here and go, is that fitting together? Great. And maybe I'll just quickly go in and, what time are we at? 6:40. Let me see how much of this I can join together in the last 10 minutes of this. And you can see these fit together really well. You're saying, what the hell about that, Bob? I'll come back and get that later. Let's grab this and this. Okay, so that front section is all filled in. I might even go and stretch as far as going doing this. I might change that geometry afterwards. For the love of God! Actually, you know what? I have this strange spidey sense that something bad is going to happen. And I've done a bunch of stuff that I don't want to lose. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put in save. Okay, good. And I got that filled in. I'm just going to go over here and try and get these things together. I'm just going to stare at them for a little while, and let's see what fits together really well. Well, these vertices here look like they would be happy together, and these be happy together. Those two might get along. Then we get over here, and then we get into some issues. And if I just take this and I move this over here, like that, and then if I went and I grabbed my polygon pen tool and I went there to there, come on. And then I went and I did something like there to there, and then there to there. That worked. Gave me a kind of a 5-pointer here, but no one's going to look behind the ears here, except for me. Might look. There, and then I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to grab my vertices here. And there, and I'll go and use my handy mesh average vertices and just hit G a couple of times. And there we go. So that's blending in. I might have to do some other work here. Tell me at 8:35. So I'm actually getting further than I anticipated. Okay, let's see how much of this I can fill in. Okay, so this thing is coming way over this way for some reason. This one here, we can go and pull that up into here somewhere. Okay, great. And do I want to twist that one around and match it up? I think I might see what happens if I do that. So let's go in here and do this. Gadoink, gadoink, G, and I'm going to go from there to there, G. So those have joined up successfully. And we want maybe a little bit of earlobe action. So we go in here, G, 914, and let's see, what does this look like here? Actually, what if I go and hit G and I go from here to here? Enter, and I grab that vertice there, and I do something like that. What are we looking at? We're almost filled that in. That's not looking too bad. Okay, anything significantly funky up here? Just back here, but that's going to be covered by hair. Those weird hard edges, you can see those hard edges right here. I'm just going to go and hit my happy soft button, and they're gone. Okay, and I just got to fill this in on the next video.